Today's guest is someone who was with me just some weeks ago. Camelia Fitzsimmons and I talked about how she relocated from Canada to Israel and started her own business. During the course of that conversation, Camelia talked about a game that she's developing. And today we're going to show you how far those plans have come and how you can get it. Our conversation was totally unscripted, so I was learning about Camelia's progress and plans at the same time you are. Hi, this is Frank Buck, and this is the place to be if you want to get organized and make it look easy. Enjoy our conversation. Good morning, Camelia, or I guess this afternoon where you are over in Israel. I'm in the United States. How are you?
Doing well. Good morning. How are you?
I am good. I'm good. Um, I love the episode that we did. It's now been almost 2 months ago since that had aired. And so I'm going to put the link to that in the description in the blog post so that people can go back to that and catch up on the things that we talked about there because they were significant. But today is about something that came out during that particular interview, a card game that you are working on bringing to market. So for those who had listened to the previous episode, bring us up to speed on where you are. And for those who are going, what card game? I've never heard of Camellia before, although I do want to go and watch the episode now. Tell us about the project.
Hey, sure. So I created a game, and the game is called Unpopular Opinions. It's a card game, and the goal is to share opinions that are going to have the biggest impact on the other players. So it's an idea that I actually came up with when I guess through having dinner with my friends, just conversations that we had, different games that we played. And so I created this game, and now I'm in the stage of testing it, trying to make it the best that it can be, and it's going to be ready to launch very soon.
Okay. So unpopular opinion. So walk us through kind of how this would play out.
Okay, so you can play with between, I would say, 3 to 10 people. That's the sweet spot. And there are different card prompts, many different types of card prompts. And they're supposed to spark your creativity so that you can give answers that are really interesting and impactful for the people that are playing with you.
All right. Can you think of a particular example?
Sure. Actually, why don't I ask you some questions?
Sounds
I
good.
have some with a business focus.
Okay.
Um, so, in your opinion, what's a productivity tip that everyone swears by, but that you think is overrated?
Ooh, okay. So in other words, I might be giving now an unpopular opinion.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna say calendar blocking. Everybody says, oh, this is what you need. Go through and everything you do, schedule it for a particular time in the day. And I'm thinking by 9 o'clock in the morning, that's just shy. And then you have to write everything to the next day. No, I want to keep my calendar lean and mean. So yeah, calendar blocking.
So don't overdo it. I've been guilty of that in the past.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Okay.
imagine a lot of people.
All right.
Um,
Next question.
okay, sure. So, what's a tool that you've used to try to get organized, but it totally backfired on you?
Okay. I'm going to go way back here to the 80s. There was a tool called scan cards. And it looked like just a portfolio, like a legal pad holder. But you opened it up, and here were these little slots with cards in them where you could see the top of each card. And the idea was you write the name of the project on each one, and then you write all the steps and the information on the body of the card. And it's like, now you'll be super organized. There's everything you have to do in one place. And I thought, this is great. But the problem was, as you well know, when you're working on a project, yeah, and you may touch on a number of projects during the day, what needs to be front and center is what are the things I actually need to do? Show me the phone calls I need to be making. Show me the errands I need to be running. Well, that's all hidden in the middle of the cards. So it was like, no, no, no. All of my to-dos are hidden. Yeah, I can see the outcomes, the name of the project. So, yep, didn't work. Went to a paper planner.
Yeah, so that's just an example.
Yeah.
There are many different types of cards in the game. Those ones aren't actually in the game. I thought of them specifically
Okay.
for you.
Yeah. So is the idea sort of a getting to know you better?
Yeah, so the game does help you connect with other people. You really have to be creative. A lot of people they compare unpopular opinions to Cards Against Humanity, but it's actually very different. I think Cards Against Humanity it's all about shock value, and
Mm,
you have answers on the cards already. Whereas this game, it's more you have to I guess you have to think more, and every time you play with someone new, the game is going to feel a bit different.
okay. Sounds good. Now, is this a physical product, digital product, both?
Eventually, it will be both. For now, um, like I have a physical product that I'm using to do play tests with different people, but I'm building an app,
Hmm,
and then eventually, I'm hoping it will also be a physical card game. That's the plan.
okay. All right. Walk us through the thought process there. Why digital first and then the physical coming later?
Okay, so market research is very important to me. I think it's super, super important. It's going to impact everything in the business going forward. So it makes sense to really invest there. And I think that it's easier to do market research with an app. You can really see what users are doing, um, when they're leaving the game, how long they're playing for. And all of that information is going to help me make the game as good as possible. So, market research, that's one reason. Another reason is costs. I think that now there are so many AI tools that you can use to create apps without a lot of money. So, I'm trying to take advantage of those and, keep costs down in the early stages.
Any idea when um, this wonderful game will be ready? Yeah, the digital one. Because I know
Yeah,
some
so
of us are already going, where do I get it?
I have a time frame in mind, but for me, it's more important that I launch it the right way
Yes.
than hit a strict deadline. So I'm hoping it'll be by the end of the summer. I'll say that as a rough timeline.
By the time this airs, we're probably going to be right about at that point. So
Okay.
hope so may very well be when people are hearing this, it'll be right at the point that things are launching. So let me turn the conversation a little bit and let people look over your shoulder because I know there are a lot of people out there that are going, yeah, I'd love to be doing something like that, but I wouldn't have a clue where to start. I wouldn't have a clue how to market. Maybe let's let people kind of draw from your experience. So first of all, how will you get the word out? I mean, tell us about the marketing plan that you're planning.
Sure. Well, I have a background in marketing, so that helps. And I'm thinking that I would love to partner with comedians and influencers on social media and have them play the game live.
Yeah, kind of thinking back when I was a kid, and you're watching the commercials on television, and if somebody you know and somebody you respect is there on the screen that's advertising a particular product, you're more likely to buy that product than if it was, a stranger. So getting to the,
Yes.
yeah, so getting to
But
the
I'd love to
influence.
yeah, to the influencers or even just funny people that I know,
Hmm?
partnering with them on social media content. That'll
Yeah,
be the first
yeah.
step.
So I guess probably TikTok for one, because that is so, so, so big these days. Um, which ones do you think will be the biggest bang for the buck there?
Yeah, so I want to stay focused and
Okay.
not do every platform initially. And I think that the best platform for me to start with is actually Instagram.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that a lot of the people who are going to want to play my game, like I know everyone is on TikTok, but I think that they're probably on Instagram more so than TikTok, the age group I'm going
Really?
after.
Okay. Any particular demographic as you're thinking about this game? Who's we always talk about the ideal avatar. Who is the ideal avatar for your
Sure.
game?
Actually, I have a couple of avatars in mind, and one of them is based off of a specific person that I know. Um, she
Okay.
is in her 30s. She likes to host game nights. She's very funny. She's clever. She's a very honest person. Someone like her, I think.
Yeah. So somebody, has had a lot of life experiences already, probably has some well-formed opinions on a variety of things. Um, yeah, I can picture that. The kind of the mid 30s, the kids are at home with dad right now, after work, we're, sitting around, maybe having a few drinks, whatever. AI, what role do you see AI in helping you? Well, one, helping develop the game, helping with marketing, because of course right now AI is such a everybody's interested in it and trying to get their head wrapped around this evil thing or angel, as the case may be, the good, the bad, the ugly. What are your thoughts on how AI is going to play into all of this?
Yeah, so AI, things are developing very, very quickly. Right now, it doesn't do everything. Like you still need a person to oversee like a lot of the process. I can tell you about some of the experimentation that I've done and where
Sure.
AI has
Yeah.
come in handy and where it hasn't. So ChatGPT, um, their deep research feature is very, very good, super useful.
Okay.
Um, Not so good for copywriting. I've heard that Claude is supposed to be better, but from my perspective, neither are that great yet.
Okay.
Uh, they can help with grammar, they can kind of spark some ideas, but ultimately, I think that it really has to come from you. And that's
Mm-hmm.
why, like, I'm so serious about testing card prompts over and over again with different people so I can actually understand what's impactful, what needs refining to make them better and better. Design.
Mm-hmm.
So many design tools are coming out all the time. Like I love to use Crea. That's my favorite. You can generate pictures, you can generate videos with it. Logos, no, not so much. I've tried so many different AI tools to try to create a logo, but wasn't happy with any of them. I tried to do it myself on Canva. I'm very particular, so I also wasn't super happy with how that turned out. And in the end, I just decided to hire a designer. I
Okay.
think that that's something that AI is still not great with. If you're looking for something super specific,
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. It can generate you a lot of different things, but if you've really got an idea of what you want, yeah, it can take a lot of prompting to sort of narrow that one down. Yeah. You mentioned Claude. I like Claude for writing. I think it's really good. And just to interject a little caution, um, I was using it just the other day to take a draft of something that I had written, and I wanted to turn it into a newspaper column. And I'd kind of gotten it the way I wanted it. And I said to Claude, I want you to act as a newspaper editor with 20 years experience, because that's one of those things that helps you, get stuff better, give it a role to play. Please critique this, give me your ideas, maybe just rewrite it as you would rewrite it. And it did. And it included a very neat quote about, a certain percentage of a certain age group feels this way. And I thought, boy, wow, that's a good, but I wonder where that quote came from. So I asked Claude, where did you get, do you have a source for this quote? And Claude came back and said, well, actually, you've brought up a good point. I made that up. And as a newspaper editor, I really should not have done that. So I'm thinking, oh boy, well, there's a there for all the people that say, hey, don't trust everything AI tells you. It's like I certainly learned my lesson there, and that I didn't just take what Claude said. So it's good for suggestions, but you got, it's like the old quote from Ronald Reagan from many years ago. He always said, "Trust but verify." So
Okay, so anyone who's interested in marketing a game with AI, I would recommend AppLovin. That's a really cool software. Or if you're interested in coding anything,
okay.
Cursor. I have a website called unpopularopinionsgame.com. And on the website, you can sign up to get notified when I do the beta launch.
Unpopularopinionsgame.com.
Yes.
Wonderful. And so people today could go there, sign up so that if it's not out yet, they're going to get notified when it is. If it is out when people are hearing you for the first time, then they can jump right in. Amazing,
Yes.
amazing. Where on social media, where can they find you?
Okay, well, I'm launching an Instagram account called Unpopular Opinions Game. Do you have a favorite game?
Chess. Learned to play chess like back in the fourth grade, so I love that. Uh, Sudoku or Sudoku. I never have really figured out how you're supposed to pronounce it. I really like to do that. Mastermind, I like that one. Gosh, I used to play Monopoly as a kid, but it's been a long, long, long time.
Yeah, well, I love playing Risk. That's a great game
Okay.
for when I host my friends for Friday night dinners. I've never played chess before, but it's something that I actually would really love to learn how to play.
Mhm. Yeah. So did you play, lots of board games growing up? Has this been sort of a love all along, and now you want to add to that library of games?
But it was something I did occasionally. But now, as an adult, I like to have Friday night dinners with friends, and a lot of the time we play games. So
Yeah.
that's how the idea came to me, and I'm hoping they're going to love it. The testing's been fun.
I'm sure. So
Every time we test, it gets better and better.
yeah. So have you done some testing with your own friends?
Yes, yep, we've done
It's
lots of test games. Yeah, also with people I don't know very well. Um,
hmm
so I've gotten some feedback from, I guess, unbiased players, which is helpful.
yeah. Anything in particular that stands out either on the good side or the bad side, that was surprising about the feedback that you got?
Yeah, so sometimes, like, I think something's going to be hilarious. I'll write a card and I think it's going to be really, really funny, but then it just doesn't land the way I expected. And then other times I think that something isn't that funny, but then it goes great.
Well, I can't wait to get my hands on it. So, unpopular opinions. So, unpopular opinions game.com is where everybody needs to go right now. Get on the waiting list, put your email address in there. And Camelia, thanks again for coming back. This has been great.
Thank you as well. It's been great talking to you.
We all like games and we all have our opinions, sometimes unpopular. So Camilia's game might be one that you would want to check out. Go over to unpopularopinionsgame.com. I'll have that link in the episode description and in the blog post. Thanks for joining us today. This has been Frank Buck, helping you get organized and make it look easy.